Joe, good morning, man. How are you today?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? What's going
I
on?
am I am good, man. I've been going a mile a minute for too long, but I'm all right. You're our man on the street. Where are you at, dude?
I'm in Pennsylvania this morning. I'm in my hometown. We went. I got in last Friday and just having a good time. It's been fun. How about you? Where are you?
I am back in Minnesota. It was highly questionable of whether I would make it back from Tinley when spring blizzards come around. They're not screwing around, is what I'll tell you. Took me
Yeah. Yeah.
took me 10 hours to get home from Chicago when it normally takes right about 6. A little bit wild.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Why? Because of the blizzard, huh?
Yeah, I underestimated how clear the roads would be. I thought I thought I could just jet west, get to the western edge of the storm, and then it'd be smooth sailing, maybe take me an hour extra. Um, that was wrong. That was a lie. That was incorrect.
Oh, jeez. But apparently you got to Tinley. That's good.
I got to Tinley. That was no problem. Oh, I pulled into Tinley like nothing, man. I got that down. Getting out was a challenge though. So,
Yes,
but
yes.
it was good. How about East Coast travel? Did you get run into any storms, issues, all that good stuff?
So I didn't. So our plan was I came up here last Friday, and so that was smooth sailing. It was fine. And then on Tuesday, Chelsea was supposed to join me up here, and her flight was canceled. So that's
Oh,
why that was Tuesday morning. And I guess it was just really windy, and so the flight was canceled. Um,
I think there were
uh,
backups like across like domino effect backup. Like none of the planes were where they're supposed to be, and then yeah. So
I did hear that. I'm wondering if that had something to do with it as well. She was told it was weather related cancellation, but
right.
yeah, it's not. Now she is flying in this morning, and I have to go pick her up. That's why I have to leave mid show.
Joe's got to
So
do double duty. I mean, it sounds like the Vino this month is on Chelsea. Then is what it sounds like to me, man.
well, you're not going to be here next week, are you?
Uh, if I am, it's going to be on a boat. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that. We're going to have to do a little testing, but yeah, there's a strong chance I won't be here. Your man Joe's going to man the ship.
That's that'll be all right. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man.
So it's kind of been that was a bummer, but yeah. So I have to go in. I got to leave at 8, and I don't know. I think I might already be late to picking her up now, though. so,
Oh no, do
so
you have
we'll
to
see.
go?
I mean, no, I think we're. My commitment is until 8, so I will stay
Excellent.
until 8, and Chelsea will need to wait if she arrives on time.
This is a man of honor, folks. This our man Joe right here. This is
But she did just text me and say that she thinks that Aiden did not get up for school the way that he was supposed to.
he's left on to his own devices.
Yeah, so he was, yeah, and so he had to be responsible for getting himself to school.
I
And she fears that she did not do that he did not do this, and she's
Now
asked me to call him.
let me ask you this. Should we call him on the air?
Yeah, I can call him. Yeah.
Okay. Now let me
Let's
ask you
see
this.
if he
Does
picks up.
his spring break start at the end of the day tomorrow?
No, I think it's the beginning of April this year.
Oh, okay.
It's
Because
like a
Charlie
weird.
starts tomorrow. I could tell you if we were out of town and his spring break started tomorrow, there would be zero chance that he was going to school at all.
No, no, no. It starts the yeah, like the beginning of April or something like that. Let me just see if I can get a hold of him here.
All right. Well, we're trying out new bits all the time.
It's calling. It's ringing. No one's answering. We'll see. We'll see. Now, no one answering might be a good sign that he
Right. It could be a
can't
school
answer,
lockdown. Yeah.
but
The
it might be a
phone at
bad sign
school.
that he's sleeping. So we'd have
Right.
no idea.
No clue. Okay. All
Not
right. Well,
answering. Not answering. Not answering. Nope. No answer. Oh
All right.
well.
The good news is, folks,
Yeah. Anyway,
he's not 7. He's real close to a
he's a
grown
big
man.
boy.
So he'll be
He's
okay.
cool.
Yeah, he's gonna have.
Oh, he's calling. He's calling.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Hello. 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 Hello, Aiden. Come on, Aiden.
Is it a foggy sleep or a bad connection?
No, it's a bad connection, I think.
Oh, I think that's a school connection then, huh?
Could
Ask
be.
him,
Could be.
ask him to text
Maybe
you.
maybe I'll text them. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So I don't want this to be.
I was gonna say, while you're sorting that
show.
out, I got John had asked yeah. Aiden, good morning. You're on the air with Joe and Adam. John had asked how I keep the reptiles safe and warm in those travels. So the cab, I have the extended cab Tacoma, and it's perfect because the animals, I can hold up to 8 ARS cases in there, which I don't even own, but I own 4. So the animals stay in the cab with me. And then even in the middle of winter, I travel in a t-shirt so that I have to keep the cab pretty warm for me to be comfortable. And they always do really, really well in there. So there was a couple times where like, you're just like, is my battery fully charged? Just some these are Minnesota problems, but I do wonder sometimes. So like when I was refueling and all, I never turned the truck off that day. I was just like, all right, we're not gonna risk losing heat for the animals, which is overkill. The truck is fine. It's never not started, but I left it running all day that day. So that's how they stay warm on the way there from the audience.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, John is asking the Joe kind of questions, man. This is what happens here.
Welcome to Proper Cup of Joe. You're on the air.
That's right.
Yeah, right. It would be like a morning call. You're on the air. What the hell happened? He did get back to me that my alarms didn't go off. I am rushing right now to go check in. So I may have to call the school and tell them that Aiden is late, but he's got to go and check in, and he'll be marked tardy, I guess. I don't know.
Tardy.
Is that how it works?
Oh, it goes on his permanent record, all that stuff that they tell you. Yeah, I know, man. It's just, I'm glad he's going. He's going to be all right. He's good.
Yes, he's going. He's got to suffer through the embarrassment of going late.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So what's going on? So, okay. So you made it to Tinley, and tell me about Tinley. What happened?
All right, cool. Really quick, what bit of housekeeping that nobody's aware of? Reptile Sam, I've been absolutely buried. I am working on it. You know what I'm talking about. I got you covered. I haven't forgotten you. Okay. Sam did and I were working on a cool project for the Patreon, and I've been a complete bum about it, but I'm still going to make good on it.
Okay.
I truly am trying to get through Tinley in this vacation, and sometimes you just stuff happens, No, Tinley was good. Here's the quick like bullet points of it. It was the busiest I've seen a Tinley. And Ed and Emily weren't there doing their like meet and greet promo, which brings like thousands of people out. It was incredibly busy both days. Usually on Sunday, by like 2:00, you're like, all right, show's done. Just twiddle my thumbs for another 2 hours. And I did 2 more sales within like the last 7-8 minutes of the show on Sunday. Wow. So
yeah,
it wasn't my highest grossing show by any means, but it was still very solid. The other thing to consider is March none of my hatchlings for the year started to arrive. So this is all the stuff that hasn't sold yet from 2025. And now some of those are high-end things that people just haven't coughed up the money for, but it's also the stuff that like has been picked over and is left. And I still did, like I say, I was still if you told me, hey, in March with your inventory, this is what you're going to do, I would have been thrilled. So that show was really interesting to me. I'm seeing a new excitement, a new kind of wave of people that are excited about pythons, and there's still the the old guard, the breeders that are there and that kind of thing. But it was pretty cool. I was excited to see the vol. So I thought that was really good. The show behind the show, still lots of innovation, lots of expansion, lots of different businesses have cool things going on. Cold Blooded Cafe, I was next to them all weekend, which is always great to see and hang out with our supporters. I saw Zach from Husbandry.pro. He's there. They've got new products that they're working on as well. And then I got to spend a little bit of time with the crew from Phenome that started at shedtesting.com, and they've evolved into Phenome. That whole crew, they've got new reptile genetics tests out for blue tongue skinks. They're working on new ball python tests, male female tests, and then I got a little thing cooking that went pretty cool. New relationship. Hopefully will blossom from it. So more to come on that. So all around successful, got home safe, all that good stuff.
So last week we talked about like the best kind of conventions and conferences and expos and stuff. So, and that's what you were kind of rattling off. There was innovation. And what's like the coolest thing that you saw when you were there? Oh, I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but like one of a new innovation, something that's exciting coming down the pike. So there's that. And then there's entertainment, fun, meeting people. Anybody who was there, it was a who's who of the industry. So they're there. And what else did we say? Oh, did you have fun? Was this some kind of party?
I did have fun. Outside of my normal behavior, man, I don't know if I got old or if I was just like, especially like been pushing too hard. I didn't go out. I had dinner, went to bed both nights.
Oh my gosh.
I had dinner and went to bed, man. So I don't know what was happening. The lobby and the bar scene is very, very strong there. And I missed it. I didn't go to the auction. Very, like I say, very out of character for me, but I got, Friday night. Yeah. I got into town. I did have my usual steak dinner on Friday night and enjoyed that. That was nice. Got back to the room. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to get some good sleep. And Saturday's the long day. I'll go, I'll work and go party on Saturday. I worked, I had dinner, got to the room and I was like, no, I'm going nowhere. And then Sunday it was over, man. Yeah, nothing. No, up after midnight, nothing, man. I was, I was beat. But I sometimes.
So it was a conscious choice. It was a conscious choice to not go. It's not like you fell asleep and you were like, "Oh man, I missed it."
No, I was like, I got to shut down. But I don't know. Vending alone is difficult, man. You don't have anybody to cover it. You're on the whole time. I think part of it was I had a meeting on Friday afternoon before dinner, the first day of the show, and that had been kind of my business target for the weekend. And I was like, like hanging. I do like to hang out, but I don't know. I just wasn't. I don't know. I think I was just beat and tired. I stayed in. I don't know. I haven't picked it all apart yet, but I was. I called it a day and hung it up those evenings.
The other thing was, the other thing that we talked about last week was creating collaborations, and so that's definitely what happened this past weekend too with Tinley. Is that you saw people collaborating, but you also have collaboration that might take shape in the next few months.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually, the video will be out on YouTube hopefully today, but maybe possibly tomorrow, but it will be out.
Right.
I've got some cool things to show off and tried some new things. And anyhow, that'll be out. You guys can keep an eye on that. Nothing official or anything. The products that I cover are very cool and I'm excited about it, but nothing official. We'll see what comes of it though. I think I think some good things will come from it. So yeah, there we go. That was it. Joe, I know that you're on a little bit of a time schedule. You want to see the coolest ball python in the world this week?
Yeah, let's do this.
I was at Tinley after all, my man. So this one,
yeah, and I rate them. So this is a new segment on our show. For those, by the way, I'm Joe, and this is Proper Cup of Joe, and this is Adam. He has snakes, and I've got a lot of questions because I don't have snakes. That's the premise of the show. Also, we're introducing a new segment: the greatest ball python in the world, the best,
the coolest ball python in the world.
So tell me about this one. And I rate it on a scale of 0, 1, or 2 hats.
That's right. That's Joe is going to tell us because that's the only number of genes that there could be. And, you know, a lot of deep references here. So the coolest ball python in the world is brought to you by Heart of the Python. That's Bill and Kate Peevers in Massachusetts. You got to go check these folks out. Heart of the Python. Their link is in the description. Kate's working on Monarch and Puzzle. Bill works on Monsoon, and the girls, they are working Sunset and Clown projects. They vend across the country. They travel. Go see them at a show near you. Check out Heart of the Python. And if you're interested in animal for temperament, check out their Heartline on TikTok as well. Thank you, Bill and Kate. This is
by the way, that is so cool. That's so cool that there's a whole line based on temperament. That's awesome.
Right? That's what they're working on, man. I think it's I think it's real cool. And so I'm walking down the many aisles of a Tinley, and I stop and I say, what in the world is that? And that's always a sure sign of a cool ball python. So this one just off the gate, very off the rip, very eye-catching. You know, if you're into contrast, this one is the contrast, but this one has layers of coolness, Joe. So visually incredibly cool, very dark. Believe it or not, in ball pythons, black is a very difficult color to approach. So when you see something that is strikingly black, and this snake's got some size on it, I'd say it's 600 to 700 grams. And as ball pythons grow, they tend to fade out a little bit from like their vibrancy and their darkness. So it's intriguing to see this snake with a little bit of size, not faded, with the black. It's got that striking appearance of the black and white, which leads us immediately to think that's an interesting pied. They've done a nice job on that. However, if you look at the label, this says Super Barnhart Black Pastel, which is very interesting in and of itself, because super black pastels tend to have some genetic or development problems. This is a different line of black pastel that's actually been isolated on its own. So now I wonder, can Super Barnhart Black Pastels function without the genetic and developmental defects? Then it says, this is interesting, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, and Scrambler. I don't know how you would identify those seeing only black. Now, Yellow Belly does do nice things where it pixelates the edges, so perhaps that's happening. I can see some evidence of that. And with dark genes, Yellow Belly does add a whole lot of contrast. The Orange Dream Scrambler part, very neat. So I'm looking at it and I'm going, how does one identify these things when it's only black and white? And then it hits me. Nowhere in that description is the word pied. I asked the breeder. This comes from Aaron at Batter Up Balls, and I guess he has a line called Opulent as well, as you could see in the picture. I said, wait a minute, did you not list pied? He says there's no pied genetics in that animal, no piebald in that. And that is where this suddenly becomes the coolest ball python in the world, because this is approaching the elusive sort of polka dot look that ball pythons have never really gotten. We've gotten the white and the black band, but we've never really gotten kind of the dots and the polka dots. And so, yeah, see the audience right now is connecting it going, wait a minute, how is that not pied? Which is exactly what my thought was. And then when I saw all of that together, so it passed what we call the grandma test. I stopped in my tracks and I went, what is that? High contrast, high color pattern, intrigue with the genetics. And Aaron says it has that gene scrambler in it, which is a new gene that I'm working, and I'm pretty excited about that as well. And that made me think, my friends, that is the coolest ball python in the world this week. What do you think, Joe?
Now I have a few questions.
Okay.
Because you're surprised that there's no pied, because pied is usually the characteristic that gives the whiteness, correct?
There you go, the blotchy white. Yeah, the pattern,
Okay,
then the absence of pattern. Yes, sir.
So I needed to understand that.
Okay.
Number two is Barnhart. What is Barnhart?
Okay, so there's a gene called black pastel, which is confusing on its own because there's another gene called pastel. So you can have a pastel black pastel combination.
Yeah.
Then there's a gentleman named Tom Barnhart. I might be misstating his first name, and I'm quite sure it's Tom, but I could be wrong. Who believed he was working with black pastel, and he said, this black pastel is in my collection is particularly orange in vibrancy, particularly pattern distorting. And sometimes when people have a quote, a line, they will name it, or they'll identify, hey, this is an interesting example. We're going to make this its own particular line. And generally, I'm one to roll my eyes at such behavior. If it's a nice thing, just making a nice thing. Barnhart has proven over time, first, it's worthy of its own designation of black pastel, Barnhart black pastel. Secondly, when genetic testing came around a few years ago, it has been genetically different than what we have been calling black pastel all along. So it needs its own gene. And at that point, I have no ground to say he named it his own line. Matter of fact, I would make an argument he should name it something other than pastel, because it is genetically its own. It is different than black pastel. Okay.
How long has Barnhart black pastel been around?
It's got to be quite some time. I've always heard about it in the hobby from when I started, 6 years ago. I think that's about the time it was being isolated and proven and emerged. But I would say within the last decade. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay. All right.
People watching may know.
This is a I mean, somebody said, what was it, dairy cow gene?
Yeah.
that's what makes it cool. The look of it. What do you I mean, do you milk this thing? What's gonna happen here?
All that comes to mind is
it's awesome. Yes, it looks really awesome. But I think it's awesome because it has that look of, it has the cow look. I mean, that's what is it really interesting about it to me.
That's a jerky cow all day right there, right?
Yeah, that is. So let's see. I'm going to give it 2 hats. I mean, we've done this twice, and I'm convinced both times this is the greatest ball python in the world.
Okay, excellent. There we go. Well, then, hey, if we're going to pick them out of a sea of literally tens of thousands at the best show in the world, cool. I got a good one here. I got a live one. Not bad. And look, go get in touch with Aaron at Batter Up Balls. For 6,000 American clams, you can make that one yours and figure out how to figure out the magic that's contained in that snake. So I thought it was very, very cool. Jared
did you? Yeah.
Jared says it's been
Roughly
around 20 years. Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you,
wow.
Jared. Yeah.
Did you say that he's out of Massachusetts? Is that what you said?
No, that was Heart of the Python is out of Massachusetts. I believe
Oh, Massachusetts.
Aaron at Batter Up Balls is out of Ohio. I believe.
Okay. Did you has there been at Tinley, like, who came the farthest distance, do you think? Did you meet anybody who was like, hey, I'm from, I don't know, Australia or something?
I personally didn't, but I know people travel from the UK. They travel from Japan, from Germany. World travelers, absolutely. I know in October, when you hear about it, is when in October there was quite a bit of the chatter throughout the room. The exporter buyers are in like the export buyer whales are in the room, kind of thing. Like you get to know who they are pretty quick, because word travels when that sort of cash is being flung around. But I've met people from Prague before, certainly from Canada, certainly from Germany, Poland, Japan. Yet Wally says Koreans. So yeah, it is an internationally attended show for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, I'm sure you made new connections, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. New connections are good. I got we're gonna wrap up the coolest ball python in the world. Still the coolest thing is it's still meeting people that are excited. I didn't even mean, I wasn't cutting a joke there. What did you say?
I know. Yeah. I don't know why that hit me. It's so funny.
I don't know, man.
We're gonna wrap up the coolest ball python.
That's right. That's why I was like, well, we got to get this thing off the screen here. It's somehow. That's how I did it. I took great care of that cow-looking ball python.
That was great. It was good.
The coolest thing is still though.
Yes, sometimes I'm just like, oh, this is a conversation that I'm having with Adam, but there are things that we need to do in order to actually make this a show.
Right? Yeah. Well, exactly.
That's what I'm laughing. And
somebody's got to drive this ship.
Sometimes I'm just like hanging out. We're gonna see how next week goes.
Right? Yeah. You see what it takes to drive this cruise ship.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying, Adam?
Yeah, the best thing is, Sam. We do have to get Joe out this October. He is loosely committed to it. I'll tell you that, which I don't know if actually is technically a commitment. But the coolest thing is still like just seeing the everyday people's excitement, engagement. Seeing people still doing their own calculation in their head of, man, first, that's really cool. Oh, wow, I could work with that. I have this at home. Just figuring those things out, the enthusiasm, and there was a lot of it. It was, like I say, it was very, very busy. There was one on Saturday where I was like, this would be the greatest piece of content ever if I crowd surfed across like the front of my booth, because I could have. I don't know if I would have had willing participants or not, but it was that packed. I mean, it was very, very busy.
So attendance compared to other Tinleys, do you think it's like similar, or do you think it was more or less, or?
It felt higher, but it could have been more people staying longer too. I'm not sure. I would have. There's different ways that I don't know what the technical door take was, but it felt busier. And that's an interesting, big word alert, juxtaposition when we hear about there's challenges in the economy. We hear that the ball python market and industry is soft, or it's dying, or that it's busted. And I'm like, get out there. Like, don't listen to the echo chamber. Go enjoy it, because right, yeah, from what I saw, I'm invigorated. I'm feeling good,
Yeah, and that's one of the most important things of a good expo or convention. It's just like the excitement, building excitement for the industry, and
Yeah.
getting people together, and seeing things like the coolest ball python in the world, and also, uh, I think when you take in all of the different varieties, you're also like cultivating uh, your own sensibilities. You learn a little bit. You learn about the Barnhart black pastel,
There you
although
go. Yeah.
you already know. But yeah, I think there's so much learning and cultivation of your own sensibilities, and being around other people, I think, really helps you define who you are. So get out of your labs, your ball python labs, get to these huge events.
I had the opportunity, which is rare when I'm vending by myself, to get away from the booth is a challenge. Secondly, I purposefully don't generally go like check out the show because I get overwhelmed with like, what am I even doing when I see what everybody else is doing, like the old comparison trap. And second, I don't want to go broke walking around, which is very dangerous after a successful Saturday. But Sunday morning, I did take a little bit of time. I just left the booth unattended. Went and perused a couple things, found a little even a little investment pickup for myself. I picked up a cool snake, so I got to come home with a little bit of excitement and a little addition to the collection as well. So
that's awesome.
That kind of like inspiration, new ideas. Oh wow, look what they did. Now what can I mix in, or what am I inspired to go do with this little component, which actually coincidentally
that's
was
the right word.
Yeah, which was something that coincidentally has some Barnhart black pastel in it as well.
Oh, all right, cool. You were really inspired by that snake. That's awesome.
Well,
I think
that was a different one, but yeah.
I didn't even think I didn't even think of inspiration, but yeah, like going to shows like that is like it's like lighting a fire. You're
Yeah.
around other people who have the same interests as you, and then you're inspired by the things that they're trying to do. Yes, inspiration is the thing that we didn't talk about last week. That I think that's what a good expo does. That's what a good convention does.
And I got to test out. It's a little bit of an experimental sandbox too. You're able to get massive amounts of feedback. So I tried a new lighting structure. I've been inspired by these studio lights that I use, and they really kind of flood an area where generally I'm working around the lights and I have to like lean under them and all. I set the thing up, lit up like a studio, and I got a lot of good feedback. That's how I'm going to go.
You mentioned it last week, so it really did work out well.
Yeah, it took me a little bit of tweaks. The real thing was getting one up very high to kind of generally flood the area, and then two coming across at like, I don't know, maybe a 45-degree, whatever angle it was coming across at. So got good feedback from audience, but then the real test in this case also was other vendors that said, "Where'd you get those? I like the look of that. What do you recommend?"
Oh yeah.
So that's so sales are the proof in the pudding, but then your colleagues and your peers going, "What are you doing over there, Adam? I kind of like that." And then one other person said, "Oh, you had your lights up. I didn't know what was going on over there." And I was like, "That's exactly right too." Like
that's exactly what you said last week. Was
like,
somebody's going to look over and go, "What's going on over here?" And like be attracted to the place.
And that was Steven at Leviathan. He produces a ton of content. He's really into lighting and cameras and he's really into everything that he does, which is great. I say that from a complimentary, like he's passionate of what he does. But he was like, "I thought there was something going on over here." And I was like, "There is. It's the Proper Royals booth, baby."
Yes. Yeah. I wonder like if you'll start to see that kind of setup from now on.
It will be curious to see. And everything is, you learn stuff from other experience. I didn't invent it. When Chris and I were broadcasting in Toronto, he set up a studio that we were filming from, and I was like, those lights are fantastic. And I saw how he had them clipped on the table. It made us look great. I was like, if you can make this, vagabond look all right, then maybe some snakes can look good. So anyway, I thought I would try it, and I like experimenting. I like trying things and put a lot of work into it, but let's find out what's up. So yeah, that is what I'm still tweaking a few things. I actually probably need one more. I thought I only needed 2 lights. I'm going to need 3. And I have 3, but I hate breaking down the studio here every time I have a show. So I want to have a show kit and a studio kit, so I don't have to break down stuff and reset it up.
Did they have to stay charged? That's a good question.
That's Wally. You could have them plugged in and there was no problem. Independent, you could move them not plugged in and not be tied to wiring. They stayed charged for Wally. That was about 2.5 hours they stayed charged for. So you would need to have them plugged in or swap out or whatever you like on that. So I'll keep mine plugged in. A little bit of wires, a little electricity.
Speaking of 2.5 hours, I got a little bit of a trip ahead of me, so I got
you got a boogie, man. Yeah,
especially the show after Tinley. I'm like really interested in hearing more about this, but I got to get out of here. Thanks everybody. I'll leave you to it, Adam. I'll talk to you guys later next week. Let's do it.
Yeah, next week, audience, it's going to be a little bit of a toss-up. If I could be here, I will be. I don't know if they'll be streaming on the boat or not. I don't know how it all works, but if I could be present, I might even have a little morning margarita, Joe. I'm not sure. Are you familiar with? Are you familiar with? Yeah, you familiar with airport rules, my friend? There's a.
Airport rules.
Yeah, lots of the airport rules are pretty fun, man. And the first rule of airport rules is there's no rules. So, all right, man. Say hey to Chelsea for me. Yeah, enjoy your trip, man. I know it's a special trip. Thanks for making time when taking a break from your family to hang out with us, Joe. I appreciate it.
I really love this community. It's great. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
And tell Aiden to get his butt to school, man.
I know. He's going to have a little talking too.
A little talking too. See you, Joe. Be safe, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That's kind of what I got. I don't know if, I know it's not the same show without Joe. Do leave. I got back from Tinley and I have a family vacation up. 2 sleeps, I think, as kids say. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm actually going to get my butt in order as well. I don't have to leave for an airport this moment, but I get caught up from Tinley. I'm going to have to prep to be gone again, and I literally have 48 hours to get that done. So, thanks for hanging out this morning. Go check out Cold Blooded Cafe. Check out Husbandry Pro. And, of course, our friends Bill and Kate at Heart of the Python. You can find their descriptions down below. We're going to make up the content time next week or the next time after that. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Be safe. Go have fun. And don't believe the market is dead. Hype. It's not true. I promise you. See you guys. Thanks.